Good morning everyone. Welcome to Daily News Analysis by Tathastu ICS. I'm Manisha here to discuss the Hindu news today, 6th April. Okay, so you will get this PDF in the description box, as well as you can scan this QR code and join our Telegram channel for the regular updates. Hope you all are doing good with your studies, right? Studying, at least take half an hour or 1 hour, read something, okay, be it any books or be it newspaper, whatever it is, take for an hour and read it. Don't skip the habit of reading. So we will start with the day. First one is about the nuclear power. We are just transforming for the nuclear power. Editorial is basically upon why India needs nuclear power and what is the importance of it. Okay, and what are all the foreseeing visions that we have, like what we are moving towards the cleaner energy and everything. So for those aims and the goals, how it is important for us to transform to nuclear power and how it is sustainable for India. So that is where we are going to see in this editorial. So in this perspective, we are just going to understand like how it is paper. Okay. And when it comes to the second one, it is about the plastics. Here there is an amendment in the 2026 for the regulations of plastic. Just my, am I audible right now, Nikhil? Can you please get sure, otherwise we will. Okay. So the plastics, this editorial is basically how plastics are being recycled and how we are using, and the regulations have been changed right now. The extended responsibility have also been given to people. So we are going to see how these plastic, the recycling regulations, how it is working in India and what is the changes in that we are going to. Thank you, Akshay. Okay, so this is a major thing. So again, it is important in two perspectives. In this case of like GS2, if you see the regulations and the norms, the amendments that we are seeing, but majorly it will be impacting on what? It is impacting on the GS3 paper as it relates to the plastics and recycling. See, the major thing here is there is no scientific methods have been discussed here, but it is combinationally it will be coming to your GS2 and GS3. Good morning, Janki. Okay. The third one is about the World Trade Organization. We are able to see that US is being very unilaterally taking the decisions, right? So it is not considering the multilateralism, okay, and it is just going towards like unilaterally in everything, be it in the case of UN and also in the WTO, everywhere it is going unilaterally. So it is showing that this article is saying that there is a weak position for World Trade Organization right now. So how it is going to impact India and globally what we have to do, like what is the reason for the failure that we are going to see in this article. Okay, so it is in the IR perspective. Okay, this will be affecting our certain things like foreign policy when there is no global cooperative systems in the trade. Okay, so it will be affecting two things. One is relations and also the economy of any other country. So in that perspective, we are just going to see it. Understood? Moving on to the first one, the transforming India's nuclear power landscape. So if you see right now, the energy, okay, that India is right now having, it is about like 476 gigawatts. So from this energy, like this energy we are getting from different ways. One is like 8.8% is from our nuclear power. Okay, then majorly 75% is from our coal. Okay, and rest of the 22% is from our renewable sources, which is the hydropower, okay, thermal power, and also this solar power. Okay, please tell me class 11th. Okay, Mamta, I'll come to this query later after the class. Okay, don't worry. So this is the major power that we are getting. The energy is in India is bifurcated in this way. Okay, so if you see, the major problem here is 75% is from coal. So in India, even we import coal for the energy, and majorly the energy security is basically on the coal, right? So here there is a twin problem. Like they used to tell, like we have two different problems. One is we have a huge energy based upon the coal, and we are importing that coal. Okay, where our currencies are going out. And other side, if we see, the major thing is like we are not able to go towards more of cleaner energy here, because still we stuck with the coal based energy and it is emitting so much, and now we are focusing to move towards clear energy, but it is where or the other, it is stopping where the cost wise, okay, the technology wise, and also the major dependency. Okay, so that for transforming to any other sources, like if we want to change to solar energy, okay, if we want to change to solar energy, the yield from solar energy is little less, because the area, the surface that we need is not that much we have. So that is a major issue here, kept in mind. So this article suggests that, so we have to move this 75 percentage from coal to mostly to the nuclear power. Okay, so already in the budget of 2025 to 26 also it have been announced that nuclear reactors will be constructed from like in India. Okay, private players will be coming, what the Shanti bill is, right? So based on this article is been written. So we will be seeing one by one what it is first given. Okay. So this article is talking about the replacement of two different laws, okay, which is in the 2016. It have been replaced two things. The Shanti bill have been replaced two things. Okay, one is, okay, so there are two where the civil liability act have been replaced, and also the atomic energy act have been changed, okay, replaced with Shanti bill. Okay, so what is Shanti bill? If you see, the private players will be coming, they will be they will be constructing the nuclear reactors and the power stations, and they will be producing the electricity, and we will be happy. So if you need, why it is very important for India to go for this? Okay, so now the aim is to, by 2047 we will be increasing the power supply to 100 gigawatts from nuclear power. So for this, so moving from coal to nuclear power, which is very sustainable and which is very reliable, like continuous supply will be there, okay, and the carbon emission will be very less. So we would be able to move towards more of a cleaner energy. So stating one nuclear power based energy, it will be giving the win in two things. One is the sustainable electricity supply, okay, and also the environmental issues will not be taken more. Okay, so this is a major concern here. And why other what are all the other needs that we need in India is, like we have the aims of like net zero, right, 2070. From on that time we have to just like bring the net zero in, right? And apart from that, there is a lot of like the energy demand is high in India, every nook and corner. Like if you see, there are some remote villages where we couldn't get the electricity till now, but still wherever it have been reached, the electricity have been reached, the be it offices, be it the rural areas, okay, everywhere it is basically on the coal based, right? So the energy demand has not been that much satisfied, that the energy demand has not been that much given to the people. Okay, so for that, to have a secure energy security, we need certain reliable supply, right? So if there is, in the case of oil, what if we are importing the coal, right? So what if there is a disruption in the global wise and we are not able to get the coal from outside? What if we are not able to import it from outside? So that time our energy supply will be question mark. So to move from the dependence to independent, we need certain the domestic policies have to be inbuilt. Okay, so that is what that is one of the important thing why we need this nuclear program. Okay, so apart from that, if you see any what are the challenges that we will be facing, one is the technology, right? So we can tie up with any other like the Japan and also China. So these kind of countries can be not obviously China, but Japan and Germany. So these people, we can approach to these countries to get the technology there. Okay, the first thing is about we don't have the much technologies here, and the second challenge is about the investment. Okay, so now the private players have been started. The private players have been given the position, right? So there will be less consideration in the investment problems. So when the private players are coming in, they will be the government can have a the upper hand will be with the government, okay, the rules, regulations and everything, but the setup and the production, the supply will be given to the private players, where it will be very sustainable and it will be very easy for people. Excuse me. So these are the major challenges that we focus on. And apart from that, see, in recent times you would have seen, like before 2 3 years, still it is there, the Kudankulam nuclear power base, right? So there is a lot of opposition also coming upon, because there is no clear cut informations like how the nuclear reactors are going to come, right? So there should be public consent also. We have to give the clear explanation to people. So the liability lies with the government, like how these nuclear reactors are going to work also. Okay? And the major concern apart from this is, so in the investment, be it the regulations, the upper hand will be with the government. Okay, then along with the investment and also this uh, infrastructure problems, we have one more problem, which is the mostly of the technology. Okay, the lack of technology is a higher problem that we have right now. So what we have to focus, like first of all we have to focus on the investment and the technology, and we should have the academics tie up with the countries who are well versed, like EU and everybody, so that we will be acquiring knowledge, and we will be eventually we will be moving from the dependence of the technology from other countries. Okay, so here what we have to think about, like what is the major thing that we have to focus here is about the 1962. So the 1962 atomic energy have been replaced. Okay, the act have been replaced, and the 2010 civil liability for nuclear damage act, this have also been replaced by Shanti. Have to mind to. So apart from that, the data that we have discussed about the energy, how it has been bifurcated, and what is the aim by 2047, okay, and also what is the net zero, all these things we have been discussed here. Go through it, and if you have any doubt, please let me know. Don't get immersed in lot of data, okay, whichever we have talked right now, right, about the energy bifurcation in India, and also like what kind of a idea that we have right now, like what we have to bring forth for the next generation, like from coal to nuclear power, how we are going to transform. So that is what important, and why it is needed, and what is the challenges in implementing it. So that is important. Just read about it. So this have given like certain nuclear reactors, like the Tathastu is a French based one. So based upon that, there are certain examples. Read about it. Moving on to the next one, about the plastic collection. India needs proper rechoking of plastic collection and reach targets. So first, India, the plastic. If you see the nature of the plastic, it couldn't replace it. Okay, first thing, the wider usage. Okay, the amount of usage and the nature of the plastic usage is like very core, like for every day to day routine, we need the plastics, be it carry bags, water bottles, whatsoever it is, like the containers for food delivery and everything is basically, we are somewhere or the other we are using the plastics, right? So here earlier in 2016, the companies have told that, see, you have to collect the plastics that you are using in your products and you have to recycle it. Okay, but now it have been changed. 2026 it have been changed, like you have to use a recycled plastics right now. From 30%, 3% you have to use the recycled plastics of your own products, where we would be able to bring the usage of plastics in control. Clear till now? So if you see this, okay, the latest interactions of India's plastic waste management rules announced on March 31st suggest that the government has a hit wall on its attempt to curb plastic waste collection and recycling. Okay, so if you see, so for the plastic waste management, we are just going towards more of what? The recycling and the collection and the recycling. So the collection right now, this have been given to the responsibility, and the responsibility have been given to whom? The plastic producers and also the company owners and also the brand owners. Okay, so these people will be taking the extended responsibilities for this collection and recycling. So from earlier, it was like you have to recycle the plastic, but now it is like you have to use the recycled plastic itself for your product. So this is the major thing here. Okay. So first introduced in 2016, have been amended periodically, policy framework in constant evolution. Intent is to make companies that produce and use plastic invest in recycling plastic. Okay, so there will be less plastic emissions, so that our rivers, oceans and also the public spaces will be prevented from this dumped and also this plastic dumping and also the landfills. So here if you see the importance of being uh, using recycled plastics, it reduce the production of plastic. So the recycling will be making it very optimal level of production of plastics, and it will be making sure it is not affecting the marine life, not only marine life, the aqua life itself, the water, rivers and everywhere. The cattle will not be swallowing it when there is a collection and there is, right? And also the households also will, what's the like from landfills will be having a proper underground water also will be there, the availability, because plastics are like when it has been in the landfill, okay, the water could not penetrate through the soil till the groundwater level. So we are getting the scarcity of groundwater level. So this landfills and also the dumping prevention in eco-life, the environment will be very good in the nature, and also the second about the groundwater level. So the energy security, sorry, the water security, water scarcity will not be there in India. Okay, this is also a major important thing. But this article majorly talks about the problem of having the more flexibility. So flexibility in the rules for those recycling plastics is very lean. It is very easy for the company to have, it is very easy for the companies to give it in the paperwork. Okay? So the flexibility here is, earlier you have to, the time period, if you are not able to if you are not able to produce or the recycle the plastics, not able to recycle plastics, you would be given the penalty, right? And also you have to immediately, there will be a license will be cancelled and immediately you have to shut down the things. But now, if you are not able to close it immediately, if you are not able to go towards the recycling process immediately, you will be given time period of 3 years right now. Okay, and also will be immediately what you have to, immediate one will be only the penalty. So within these 3 years given time period, you have to move towards the recycled plastics. So it is showing that there this flexibility is giving a more possibility, have the regulations working only in the paperworks, not in the reality. So that is a major concern that have been discussed here. And also in 2022 we had this extended producer responsibility. So now this will be the importers, brand owners, which we have talked about, the producers, importers, and the brand owners will be making the uh, process of collecting, and the plastic waste management will be taken care by whom? These three people. Okay. So here the 35% of the plastics will be the 35% of the plastics recycling is happening. Now we are aiming towards more 70% by 2024 to 25. We expected it is 100%, but because of this flexibility loophole, we are not able to attain it. But we are moving towards it. So the regulations will be the mandates. The 2026 will be making sure that we are getting the 100% recycling of plastic. Okay. So this is what important from this article. Just read about it. So we are just talking about the percentages, what was the earlier aim and what is happening right now. Okay, have to find it. Okay. So the next one, here it is about one more thing I wanted to tell you here is about the trading certificate. So those who have this trading certificates where they are giving recycled plastics, they can take that certificate to the banks or any other credit providing institution, and they can go for the concessions or any acknowledgement where the loan will be, the loan process will be easier. So here this trading certificate will be helping in credit formation for the companies or any other institute. Okay. So this here, the importance of this is about how far, like controlling alone will not be helping, the control production alone will not be helping India right now in the concern of plastic, because already we have dumped lots and lots of tons and tons of the plastics. So right now what we have to do, so we have to recycle those uh, plastics and have to take them out from the environment, and we have to make sure that further production of the plastics only based upon what is needed at time. Okay. So when there is no need for those and there is no need for the new production, because we are already recycling it, so it will be controlling the circle of the plastic in the whole life. That is what major concern. Then the next one is about the WTO, World Trade Organization, is failing. So if you see, trade multilateralism is facing its biggest test since the Second World War. So here the major concern is about United States is being a unilateral one in failing the, it is failing the global order when it comes to. So how it has been see how it is implement, like how it is affecting, how it is weakening the WTO. First thing is about right now in the 14th of WTO, they were the 166 countries come to a conclusion. No clear discussion, or there is no clear conclusion have been withdrawn in the 14th. Okay, so that shows that there is a weakness in the WTO. But the major problem here is about not only the weakening of WTO, there is no global cooperation when it comes to, because earlier the favoritism was there, right? And also the related right now is So when there is unilateral ideologies being taken in, there is any single country uh, discussing, or is there any one particular thing has been always demanded or decided by one country alone, it will be affecting the whole trade, right? Just in the case of Iran, if you the US idea about the Iran to topple its government, the war it have taken in the hand, is affecting the global oil security and energy security, right? This kind of thing. So the trade and the relations, when the US have been given the sanctions and the higher tariffs on India, so that the trade have got the infringements, right? These kind of things are not questioned by WTO, and it is not working. The order was how it was in the earlier, right? So the objective of the WTO is right now is the flexibility. It is like nobody is taking it very seriously. So that is the major concern here. So if you see the major issue here, one is the thing is like it is weakening, like the global trade rules is getting weakened, okay? And also the moratoriums are very weakened here. Voice problem. Till now, is it if there is any voice problem, please let me know. Am I audible right now? Here. So here, trips where the patent rights and everything has been a major issue. And apart from that, okay, so the these two, like moratoriums are being questioned, and there is no all clear. Okay, okay. So it is very there are certain things. Okay, thank you, Nikhil. Okay. So this is major issue here. Right now we are focusing upon where the multi-rule system have been reduced right now. Okay? The global trend, the digital era and everything, the, the digital era that we are going with the trade and everything, it is not withstanding with the WTO right now. So we have to focus on what most of controlling the unilateralism, we have to move towards again the multilateralism. So the essence, the core essence of multilateralism is missing here. That is what is being discussed here. Okay. So uh, the 14th ministerial conference, where we talked about the 166 countries could not come to one proper um, one particular proper conclusion. Okay, so this is affecting somewhere or the other, it is affecting the health of the developing countries. Okay, it is favoring the developed countries somewhere. Okay, and also it is giving the problems in the intellectual property rights, like um, the intellectual properties like this one, patents, okay, the copyrights and all these things. So where it is always mostly focused on where one particular country or the favorite. So here it is have been discussed that there should be the rise of protectionism, and also there should be the dispute resolution system should be very strong. Okay? Because see, if UN, if there is any law and order is misplaced or earlier, okay, so if there is any issue in the law and order global wise, the UN Security Council will be taking care of it, and it will be working on it, right? But right now WTO is not having that kind of a mechanism. So we need the dispute resolution system should be very strong here. Okay? Clear till now? And if there is the fragmentation of the global trade, okay, so this have to be streamlined, and this have to be made clear that we should be having a clear trade agreements, and there should be no the higher burden should not be there, like the tariff or the debt trap. All these things, all these kind of things have to be taken into consideration when it comes to the agreement. And who has to regulate all this? WTO has to regulate this. So read about the WTO, when it started and what it is objective, just for idea. Okay, and just have a look about look into this article, more than enough. So see the why it is right now very crucial for globe, uh, because US is making it very complicated right now. US is being like, I am boss here and I will be uh, like not I will be more of into what I like. Okay, so the major concern is from there only. So it is weakening. It is making the weak when it comes to the huge power. The economy and the defense power is with US. That is making that it is making the whole system like being unilateral rather than the multilateral. We have to make that global trades are to be fair, and also we have to give that what we have to bring that uh, the collaborative cooperatism in the global wide. So that's it for the day. If there is any doubt, please let me know. Okay, just read about it. So if there is any doubt, let me know. Otherwise, we will end the session for the day. Okay. And one more, 1 minute. I just want to see one comment. There's okay. You're the person who's from the 10th class, right? And you want to take the stream for UPSC. See, UPSC does not ask you like this stream only you have to do, this stream only you have to study. It is not like that. You just go for your comfort zone, like be it science stream, be it humanities. If you study humanities, it will be edge for you. Okay, so it is a advantage, added advantage for you, because from 11th 12th you're studying the history, polity, economy. Okay, so if you're okay with humanities, go for it, because there you have an advantage. And when it comes to science stream also, you will be having edge in the geography, because basically certain physics needed in the geography, biology, science and technology. The GS3 paper is majorly having this science background, making it easy. Okay. So mathematics so is okay, but otherwise if you're going for commerce and everything, it will be helpful in your economy paper. So major advantage will be there in the humanities if you go for the humanities background for civil services. It is not necessary like you have to take only humanities, because the 1 year 2 year preparation that you are doing, that is more than sufficient. Even from any other background, any other stream, you can well versed. Okay, even people from commerce background, they have scored very nice in the exams. So just focus about whatever you're studying, whenever you're studying, just keep a focus. Okay, be it any stream like commerce, science, or any humanities, any stream it is, study nicely, study properly. Whatever you have studied, that should be in your mind. You should not, the retaining capacity should be there. So understand and study, then when you're starting your preparation, it will be easy for you. And now right now we are in the 10th class, so please focus on the 10th right now. Post that you can think about it. Okay. So all the very best. Thank you so much. Have a good